Ottawa.
Thank you.
Oh, Canada indeed, as a spot on the line to represent Team Ontario in the Canadian Championships. It's the Ancaster Diamondbacks versus the East Nepean Eagles in today's championship final here at the Eagles Nest in Barrhaven, Ontario. Welcome to the Eagles Nest. My name's Colin Zappia, along with Brett Jewett. We are excited to call this final game. It's been an unbelievable tournament so far. Brett, six teams started the tournament. We're down to our final two, East Nepean and Ancaster. I'm wondering what your thoughts are going into this final game.
Yeah, Ancaster, East Nepean, Ottawa West, Orleans, Cornwall, and Perth Royals to start this tournament. And it is down, as you said, to the final two teams, Ancaster and East Nepean. Depending on who you talk to, who the top team in this tournament was, I mean, I heard Cornwall, I heard Ottawa West. Ottawa West was phenomenal. The games we called for them were amazing. East Nepean, a big win for them yesterday, but Ancaster Diamondbacks finished off with a top record tied with Ottawa West. They were an amazing team, and we'll see how they do today against East Nepean.
Well, and here's how these two teams got here. Ancaster, they finished number 2 in the tournament overall. An identical record at 4-1 with Ottawa West, but Ottawa West beat them actually 10-0 in the round robin. They played an excellent tournament overall, scored a lot of runs, 42 runs for, 31 against, and in the semifinals yesterday beat Cornwall 7-5. For East Nepean, they finished 4th with a 2-3 record. They got off to a 2-0 start in the tournament, lost their final 3 games, and their runs for, runs against, only one separating the two, 25 runs for, 24 against, but managed to pull out a huge 8-4 victory over Ottawa West yesterday in the second semifinal.
And talking about those earlier games, if they would have won East Nepean, their final game, they would have gone 3-2. They would have been tied with Ottawa West and Cornwall, and they would have, because they had won head-to-head matchups against those teams, they would have finished in second place and had played somebody else in the... But anyway, the way it worked out, they're in the finals here now. You said 25 runs for, 24 against. They're at 33 runs for and 28 against after yesterday's game now. And facing a tough team against Ancaster.
And here is the Ancaster starting lineup. Our first look at them on Rogers 22. Here's their batting lineup.
Evan Armstrong, number 27 in left field. Wesley Boyd, number 44 at third base. Broxton Adams, the right fielder, number 21. Number 6, the cleanup hitter, Jacob Alt, will be playing shortstop. Number 20, Chase Brown, will be in center field. 99, Christian Hall at first base. Brady Hall, number 2, playing catcher. Josh Hopcraft, one of the twins, number 25. He'll be playing second base today. And on the mound, Keegan Green, number 10.
And Keegan Green pitched in the round robin against East Nepean. It was a 9-7 victory over the Eagles. And for the Eagles, here is their defensive lineup.
We've got Austin Van Ryswick, Jimmy Ambler in center, Emmett O'Neill in right field for East Nepean starting this game. In the infield, Aiden Hallett at third, Dante Saka at shortstop. He started yesterday's game. He started both the games we've seen East Nepean play so far. Cooper, don't call me Connor Leonard at second base.
Leopard.
Yeah. Owen Amadio told me to call him Connor. I don't know if he likes that or not, but we'll stick with Cooper, I guess. And Chase Guthrie at first base. And the battery mates today, Cole Cote on the mound. He caught the game we saw yesterday, and Owen Amadio will be behind the plate.
Cole Cote has been excellent at the plate as well. And East Nepean making sure their top pitcher is ready and available for this championship game. And, you know, that it's a tough kind of chess match when you're looking at your pitchers in yesterday's semifinals, trying to maybe save guys so that they're able to play in the game today. But you've got to get to the finals, and that's what East Nepean did over Ottawa West yesterday. And we are just about set to go right here as the first pitch, just seconds away. Here's Cole Cote. He will face Evan Armstrong.
You're exactly right about that chess match. They had Jake Smegalinski through 3 1/3 innings pitch yesterday, 85 pitches. He ended up with the loss. Only 1 hit, 2 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. And then Sam Kennedy came in to replace him. He threw 1 1/3 innings.
Bunt attempt here down the third base line. It's fair. Throw is away from the first baseman, and the right fielder, falls down. So an error on the throw allows Armstrong to reach second base.
And the last game these two played against each other, there were quite a few errors, and we see it starting off the game today with that bunt single to get on base. Maybe we'll call that an E6, and then advancing to second base on the air as well.
First pitch to Wesley Boyd, way up high.
And that ball, when it was bunted, it was really close to the third base line. I think if he left it, it would have gone foul. If he made that hard throw to first base, though, would have got the out.
Boyd gets a piece of that one, fouls it off right in front of the Ancaster dugout. And let's say hello to everyone watching in Hamilton on Cable 14. Here's the 1-1. This one hit foul down the first base line.
And we need to mention as well, Ryan Hall talking to us before the game with Ancaster. All the people in Ancaster watching this game, the team just wanted to give a big shout out. They were very thankful to the grounds crew, everyone that ran this tournament, Nicole Amadio, and just everyone involved. They've had such a, and they want to say thank you to their fans.
This one popped up into shallow center. It falls in right in front of the center fielder, Jimmy Ambler. And over to third base goes Evan Armstrong. Heads up base running by Armstrong.
Thought Ambler had a chance to catch that one when it was hit.
He had a long run ahead of him.
And holding at second base, because you want to make sure that ball isn't caught, was Evan Armstrong. And as soon as the ball dropped, he hustled to third base. So runners on first and third here now. We'll say Wesley Boyd takes second early on in this count.
Broxton Adams with his first plate appearance. And down to second goes Wesley Boyd. We haven't seen any one of the catchers try and throw at a runner going from first to second with a man on third. So easy steal there for Wesley Boyd, and really not a steal when it's uncontested.
Yeah, there's different strategies involved, what you could do. A catcher picks up, fires the ball quickly to the pitcher. You're just trying to throw off that runner from third base and make him think that you're throwing to second base so you can get him to run home. You could have the shortstop cut in really quick and you're firing it, makes it look like you're throwing to second.
Cole Cote firing some smoke there, knocks down Broxton Adams.
Broxton Adams, one of the biggest hitters for this team. He's had 2 home runs in this tournament. He's an imposing figure at the plate. We will not see many good pitches to him today.
3-0 the count, swings at that one and misses. So a 3-1 count now to Adams.
I really think we might, this might be a chance if we have, depending on how the game's going, it might be an intentional walk in some of these spots against a hitter like this.
Right down the plate, this one hit deep, way back and gone. A 3-run homer for Broxton Adams as the Ancaster dugout explodes.
Well, what did I just say? The intentional walk with the base open. I mean, the bases would have been loaded. You hate to do that in the early innings. You've still got some good hitters behind you, but Broxton Adams is phenomenal. One of the greatest hitters we've seen in this tournament. And he hits that one opposite field, deep right field, over the fence, gone home run, 3 runs, and now a 3-run lead early in this game.
And a conference at the mound as the coach from East Nepean out to talk to Cole Cote, just making sure he's okay after giving up that 3-run bomb. And that was long gone. You can see Broxton Adams in the dugout right there on your screen, all fired up.
Head coach Jim Amadio talking before this game about Cole Cote, and he really liked the matchup that he had. Thought he could pitch really well against this Diamondbacks team, but tough going early on.
You know, we talked before the game, Brett, about the the home versus visitors, and you had a chat with Ancaster, and they said they like coming up to the plate first, and maybe this is the reason why.
Exactly. They like having the 6 at-bats in these tournaments. They've been picking away. I asked if it was a superstition thing. Maybe they're not superstitious, maybe just a little stitious, but they've been choosing away, and it's been working for them.
First pitch strike to the shortstop, Jacob Alt.
Having 5 wins in this tournament now, looking for their 6th, Ancaster.
Here's the pitch, this one for ball 1. So 1-1 the count to Alt, and you look at the 5 games that Ancaster played in the round robin. Started off beating Perth by 10 runs, 13-3. Must have had a lot of confidence as this pitch inside. Probably had a ton of confidence after that first game, and then they get blown out by Ottawa West 10-0. And then 3 wins in a row to finish the round robin, 9-7 over East Nepean, 10-6 against Cornwall, and then 10-5 versus Orleans. So this team and Ottawa West were the top 2 teams in the round robin, but the 2 teams that also scored the most runs, 49 for Ottawa West in the round robin, 42 for Ancaster. And already 3 on the board here in the top of the first. It's a grounder to the second baseman. Leopard picks that one up, and over to Walsh Guthrie for out number 1.
So an alternate universe there. You walk the batter, runners on first, second, and third. Potential double play ball hit right here to the second baseman, but 1 out in the inning and down 3-0.
Chase Brown, the center fielder, number 20, right-handed batter into the batter's box to face the right-handed arm of Cole Cote. First pitch up high for ball 1.
And yes, you're East Nepean, you are down 3 runs right now, but they've been doing well, scoring early in the games they've played in so far, having 2 runs in the second inning yesterday, and then the last game we called for them against Perth Royals, 3 runs in the first inning, so they can do the same thing here.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 the count to Brown. That one fouled off.
Been talking about pitch counts quite a bit in this tournament. Saka and Hallett are the only pitchers that aren't available today. Hallett had a phenomenal game yesterday, but everyone's going to be maxed out as much as they need to go. You're going to be bringing in whatever player you think is going to be good in any situation you need to in this tournament.
Yeah, Hallett was really the guy that enabled East Nepean to really hold tight for a while against Ottawa West. And I thought maybe Ottawa West could have kept the pitcher. They took a pitcher out.
Sam Kennedy, yeah.
Sam Kennedy. Maybe he might have been had the same effect Sam Hallett did on that game, that Aiden Hallett did on that game.
And that's those
yesterday.
what ifs, right? Sam Kennedy threw 1 in the 3rd innings. He only threw 20 pitches. They wanted to keep him under the 20 pitches so he could pitch today. He had 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, but he went through an inning and a 3rd with 20 pitches.
The 3-1 is high, so down to first base goes Chase Brown. And Cole Cote having a little bit of a tough time with his control to this point.
But counter that with Elliot Titus, who came in after him. He threw an inning and a 3rd. He threw over 36 pitches. He was around that 40 mark. Gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, no strikeouts, and hit the last batter of the game.
Christian Hall grounds one up the middle off the glove of Cote, and what a play by Sackett at short to get the force out at second base.
That's fun if you're scoring that at home. The good old 1-6-4 put out at second base there. Nice job staying with that ball. That's tough when the pitcher gets his glove on it sometimes and can't make that play. And now you've got to reverse your course as a shortstop or second base, get your hand on that ball and make the out, and he does.
Here's the catcher, Brady Hall, no relation to Christian on first base, and neither of the two related to Mateo Hall on the bench.
Yeah, a few Halls on this team that aren't related, but Hopcrafts, there are twins.
Josh and Andrew. Josh scheduled to hit next. 0-1 to Brady Hall. This one hit right to the first baseman. Walsh Guthrie steps on first, and that ends the top of the first inning. But the damage done on the 3-run home run by Broxton Adams, and that gives the Diamondbacks an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Broxton Adams, wow. Massive home run to right field. Gets those first 3 runs in. Chase Brown gets on with the walk, but 3 outs otherwise. So 3 runs, 3 hits. I want to see how many errors they call in this inning. So they called the 1 error on the play and 1 runner left on.
So East Nepean will get a chance now to come to the plate, try and chip away at this 3-0 deficit, and here is their starting batting lineup.
Cooper Leopard at second base. Leading off, Ebert O'Neill, the number 2 hitter in right field. Cole Cote, the pitcher on the mound. He'll be batting third. Chase Walsh-Guthrie, the first baseman. Dante Saka, the pitcher yesterday at shortstop today, batting after Chase. Austin Van Ryswick in left field. Aiden Hallett, the number 7 hitter at third base. Jimmy Ambler, the number 8 hitter in center field. And Owen Amadio, rounding out the order, will be catching today.
Lily is at third base.
So we will show you now the Diamondbacks defense, even though we had a bit of a switch. Here is the outfield, Evan Armstrong, Chase Brown, and Broxton Adams. On the infield is where they made the switch, as Lily Putignano comes in at third base in place of Wesley Boyd.
Okay, all right. And
there's the switch.
So shortstop will be Jacob Alt, second baseman Josh Hopcraft, first baseman Christian Hall, and then on the mound today for the Diamondbacks, Keegan Green, and catching Brady Hall. So that's great that we see Putignana out there now. I was saying before the game, I wonder where they're going to bring him in. I've seen some strong women play in some of the games I've been able to call at the 10-11 level, coach I should say, at the 10-11 level so far this year, tournaments in Kingston and games we played in Quebec. So this is great.
Cooper Leopard, the leadoff hitter for the East Nepean Eagles, playing second base today. Looks at ball 1. He's been a good catalyst at the top of the lineup, and he drives one into the gap. This one's going to go all the way to the fence. Rounding first is Leopard. He's in easily to second base. He's going to round second, try to go to third. Here's the play. Safe at third.
Wow. What a hit. Splits the defenders in the outfield. As he's getting to second, we haven't seen a triple yet on Rogers TV. Rounding second, the outfielder had the ball there in his hands, and Cooper hustles all the way to third base, sliding. The play was close. Putignana gets that inner glove. You can see here with the tag, stays on the base, and in there safely with the triple.
Emmett O'Neill at the plate, the right fielder. Looks at ball 1. Just like that, after giving up that 3-run shot in the first, East Nepean now threatening to score on their own. This is a ball.
And exactly why you can't get put out early in these games. I mean, yeah, you gave up 3 runs. Yeah, the 3 runs was on a 3-run home run, but you've got some great offense coming up at the top of your lineup, and it started off with that triple.
That pitch low, so 3-0 count now to Emmett O'Neill. And ball 4 called, so down to first will go Emmett O'Neill, and no doubt we'll see him take second.
Yeah, this is
his first pitch.
As good as a double right here. You might as well just put him on second base. As you said, he's going to be taking second here. The reason for that is because the catcher is not going to throw all the way to second base with the runner at third base, because he has a chance now to take home on that play.
The pitcher Cole Cote now with a chance to even things up with one swing of the bat. Drives one down to third. Great play by Putignano. Safe at third.
That.
Leopard managing to get back safely to third. And now the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Chase Walsh-Guthrie.
Now, this is just what I think here, but because I'm doing the same thing when I'm on third base. I'm dancing. I'm making that third baseman think of me. The third baseman, he's not going home. You have to make, take a quick look, but you have to make that throw quick to first base to get the out. You have to.
Now Chase Walsh-Guthrie, the base is loaded. Swings at the first pitch. This one goes through the infield. 1 run in to score, rounding third, but staying there is Emmett O'Neill. So Cooper Leopard scores the first run for the East Nepean Eagles.
How about East Nepean getting on the board now, down 3-1. Cooper Leopard scores the first run for his team after the triple. Nice job getting that through the left side of the infield, single to left field. Bases loaded once again.
And Dante Sacca, the shortstop this afternoon for the Eagles, he swings at the first pitch. That goes through the legs of the first baseman. 1 run in. They'll hold the runner at third. They're chipping away as East Nepean as they close the gap now to just 1 run.
I'm going to call that one an E3. That one gets through the wickets of the first baseman. We mentioned the last time these two teams played each other, there were many errors in that game, and we've seen a few defensive miscues early now again.
16 runs were scored in that round-robin game. So far, 5 here in the first inning. Nobody out. And East Nepean still has the bases loaded with Austin Van Ryswick, the left fielder, in the batter's box.
Van Ryswick, I saw him warming up before the game. I wondered what was going on, why he was doing that. He didn't get a chance. He'll probably be pitching today, expect that potentially. And he had a nosebleed earlier in the day, so he didn't get the opportunity to warm up when he was supposed to. So he was warming up just before the game today.
Good breaking ball right there from Keegan Green. Now is an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch.
Oh, no.
And that went off his bat as he ducked out of the way of that pitch that was quite inside.
That's tough. That I thought that hit him in the helmet, but yeah, definitely the bat then. So that's a strike.
A swing and a miss for strike 3. So Keegan Green digging deep right there. And fans, Van Ryswick.
Van Ryswick lining up for that one, swings right through it, a nice hard swing. First out of the inning here now for East Nepean and their number 7 hitter, Aiden Hallett.
Aiden Hallett, probably the MVP for East Nepean yesterday, coming in and pitching.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in that game. You can't say enough about him. Again, shout out to the DeGrazia family. Aiden Hallett, some friends that are there, and so he's related to that DeGrazia family. So exciting, hopefully they're watching.
This one, a little looper right to the pitcher. And Green makes the catch for out number 2.
Making quick work of the last 2 batters after giving up 5 straight opportunities on base to start this game.
Center fielder Jimmy Ambler at the plate can tie things up with a ball out of the infield, this off-speed pitch that he's way ahead of. Swings through that one for strike number 1.
Ambler in yesterday's game had an RBI walk. That was in the 2nd inning. Then he had Carter McLean come to bat for him in the 4th inning. But in the 5th and 6th innings, he've had singles to center field.
Fastball missing low, evens the count at 1. And I like the change of pace by Keegan Green. This one slapped right to the second baseman. He makes an excellent catch, does Hopcraft. Keeps East Nepean just to 2 runs in that bottom of the 1st inning.
Ambler doing it again, making great contact. He's made some really good contact we've seen in this tournament. A wonderful number 8 hitter for his team, but just hitting the wrong spot for his team.
2 runs on 2 hits. There was
2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base. They leave the bases loaded. They had the bases loaded for 3 or 4 batters in a row. Sent 8 to the plate in the bottom of the 1st inning. There you see the score after the 1st inning. It's the visiting Ancaster Diamondbacks with the 1-run lead over the host of this tournament, the East Nepean Eagles.
I have 25 pitches in the 1st inning for Cole Cote, and then only 18 pitches for Keegan Green. Nice job starting for him after getting in so much trouble with those defensive miscues early on.
Scheduled to hit in the top of the 2nd inning, Josh Hopcraft. He's standing just in front of the dugout, so he will definitely be hitting. Keegan Green, the pitcher, due 2nd, and then we go back to the top of the order with Evan Armstrong.
Taking advantage here at the bottom of the order is key. Josh Hopcraft, Keegan Green, the number 9 hitter, and then you'll get Evan Armstrong up at the top of the lineup as the number 3 hitter. I really love how he started this game with that bunt. after we saw so many errors in the last game they played against East Nepean, you're just testing that defense, putting that bunt on and making them make the play, and they didn't do it.
Number 25, Josh Hopcraft.
So you just heard there the announcement of Josh Hopcraft, first batter here in the top of the second inning for the Diamondbacks. That pitch painting the inside part of the plate for strike number 1. And I think for Cole Cote, if he can settle himself down and start off this second inning with an out, this pitch up high, that'll be key for East Nepean. Maybe get some of the jitters out in that first inning and settle yourself down and now just get into a groove here.
Yeah, throw away that home run from Broxton Adams. You've pitched well so far. You had a couple of ground outs. You've had a ball that fielder's choice that, another out. I mean, the bunt, that was tough defense.
Ground ball to the first baseman. Walsh Guthrie makes the easy play for out number 1 here at the top of the second.
Cole Cote, you're keeping the ball on the ground. You've pitched really well so far. It was just that one home run against a phenomenal hitter for Ancaster. And as long as you can keep that guy in check, then, I mean, you should be able to handle the rest of this lineup.
The pitcher versus pitcher matchup here as Keegan Green steps into the batter's box, squares around a bunt, pulls it back. That ball goes right to the backstop.
Looked like it might have hit Amadio in the helmet there.
Third baseman coming in. We'll see if Green squares up the bunt again. Here's the 1-0. Swings at that pitch and fouls that one off himself. So count now 1-1. There's one out here in the top of the second inning.
How are you at stealing signs, Colin?
Not very good.
No? Okay, I like doing it.
I am certainly not the Houston Astros.
Well, that's not just, we can lump them in with a lot of teams that have been caught. They're just probably the
ones that got
most
caught.
famous. Well, no, the most famous ones. Boston got caught. I'm pretty sure New York, whether it got caught, it just wasn't announced loud enough or it wasn't bad enough. But I mean, I would say if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Everyone's at that level. Everyone is cheating. They're just the ones that got caught.
The New York Yankees have to be the biggest cheaters out of them all.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. That's what we can hear. We can hear our producer right now saying that.
Single to left field for Green. Good piece of hitting right there.
Our producer and headset, because he's such a Jays fan, letting us know. Definitely Jays not cheating. Definitely New York cheating. This one is just hits the top of the glove of the third baseman there into left field. And nice work turning over the lineup.
And the third baseman playing way in, and you have to wonder if he's playing at normal depth if he makes that catch.
Yeah, he's in there again.
So we'll bunt here. Good job. Moves the runner to second, and Armstrong beats out the run. Nobody covering at third. The ball thrown away.
No.
And in to score is Keegan Green. Over to second base is Evan Armstrong.
More defensive miscues, and I mean, I'll take a ball thrown away a little bit, but it's the mental error here. After this ball is picked up and you have it at first base, why are you throwing that? There's no one at third base, but there's no one covering third base even. There, you got to have somebody covering that bag. Unbelievable.
So here is Lily Putignano. Her first at bat in this game, swings at the first pitch, hits it right to the second baseman, and from a seated position makes the out.
I didn't have her in there, so yeah, she came in for Wesley Boyd on defense and now batting in that spot. And just the runner at third base now.
So on that bunt, did we have two errors on the play? The third baseman, E5.
Okay, so it's an E5,
and then
yeah,
E3.
and then E3, exactly, yeah. Advance on error, E3.
Here is the home run hitter, Broxton Adams. Cote throws the off-speed pitch. Like you said yesterday, the knee buckler right there. It's Broxton Adams. Falls out of the way, and the ball just missing the inside part of the plate.
Runner at third base, 2 out. You've got an open bag. Yeah. again, if with the way Broxton Adams been playing in this tournament so far, I'm not going to let him hurt me.
That pitch up high, and Broxton Adams stared down Cole Cote after that one once again.
I mean, okay, so if he is potentially throwing at the batter here, if you do an intentional walk, it counts as 4 pitches, which is not good. Whereas if you hit the guy, I mean, you don't want to hit him in the head. You shouldn't be aiming at his head. But if you hit the guy somewhere a bit lower than that, it's 1 pitch throw and he's on first base.
Here's the 3-0 to Adams. You have to wonder if he's got the green light. And that pitch,
that was a strike.
Good breaking ball in for strike number 1.
Nice. That's one of the better breaking balls you've seen this tournament.
You have to wonder what our counterparts over on the Rogers 23, Philippe Aumont, was thinking about those off-speed pitches.
Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't get Philippe on the broadcast, the English broadcast with us. It would have been nice to talk to him. Haven't seen him since June of...
Runner coming from third on the pass ball. And Adams down to first with the walk. In to score is Evan Armstrong.
That is the first passed ball we've seen a runner's able to score home. The speed from Evan Armstrong to be able to get home safe in time, that's amazing. Good for him. And you've got to make sure that you've got that good lead once that ball crosses the plate at third base. There's not a lot of space in this backstop here to get home that quickly. That's phenomenal.
So a walk to Adams. He's on first base. Armstrong just scored the 5th run for Ancaster, and they now have a 5-2 lead with the shortstop Jacob Alt at the plate. He swings at the first pitch. Good job by the first baseman, Walsh Guthrie. Is that not a very easy play with a runner crossing in front of you, but he makes it look easy for out number 3 in the top of the 2nd inning.
Yeah, when I'm running from first to second here, I'm making sure I'm slowing down and I'm making sure I'm getting in the way of that first baseman. I want to make sure my runner gets safe and keep this inning going. 2 outs in the inning, a run had already scored.
So a number of errors for the East Nepean Eagles in that top of the 2nd inning. Couple of errors, 2 runs scored. And you see the score, 5-2 through an inning and a half. 6 hits to 3 in favor of the Diamondbacks.
1.5 innings of play. The score is D-backs.
So I had 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 runner left on base, and 16 pitches thrown in that inning. So that will put him at 41 pitches now, Cole Cote. So he's got 44 pitches more to throw, which at this pace is going to take him through 2 more innings. But if he's going to last those 2 innings, got to stop the runs from scoring. Only 1 in that inning. Again, it was Broxton Adams that was up at the plate when that run scored. So he's accountable for 4 of those runs today for his team.
So the East Nepean Eagles come back to the plate. Owen Amadio, Cooper Leopard, and Emmett O'Neill scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
East Nepean is number 2.
And they'll have to fight back once again. They closed the gap from 3-0 to 3-2 after that first inning, but give up a couple more runs in the top of the 2nd and find themselves down by 3 once again.
Same spot, some good offense. You've got the top of the order coming up. Cooper Leopard had that big triple in the first inning. Owen Amadio, if he can get on base here and let those big bats up behind him get up as well, it's going to be huge.
Foul ball right there down the first base line. That evens the count at 1 apiece. You hear the chants from the dugout. We've heard that all week long. Everybody chanting for the batter. They've got some fun chants depending on what happens.
Yeah, when they go to cheer camp to learn all the important chants. Yeah. That's an important part of baseball at this age.
Foul ball right there.
It's just good to keep the kids in the game, keep them up at the fence, make sure they're paying attention. Sometimes with my younger guys, we'll get, what's the score? Are we winning? You know, you're down 25-0 and are we winning? Yeah, we're winning.
Staying positive, coach. Down the first base line, knocked down by the first baseman. Christian Hall makes the easy put out for out number 1.
This ball hit to the first baseman, bobbles a little bit, just can't get that glove on it, but able to get to first base in time.
Cooper Leopard led off the bottom of the first with a triple. Hit the ball right into the gap in right center field. Swings at this one right to the second baseman. Picks it up over to first. Good play. Hopcraft to Hall.
How about this? Ancaster shutting down East Nepean. The first two batters in the inning, both outs, grounded to the right side of the field.
So we'll have a batting change as Carter McLean comes in to hit for Emmett O'Neill.
McLean batted for Ambler yesterday. He had a walk in his lone at bat in the fourth inning and scored a run for his team.
First pitch ball from Keegan Green to McLean. Swings at that one for strike one. 1-1 the count to McLean. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. That pitch in for strike number 2.
Pulled away from it, looked like it was going to be high and ducked right in there in the strike zone. Nice pitch.
Green has the pitch he wants, and here it comes. That one missing low. 2-2 the count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. Ancaster with a 3-run lead. McLean trying to reach base. Breaking pitch missing. And the count is full, 3-2.
Got to start something with 2 outs here. Don't want to give up any at bats. Sorry.
McLean fights that one off. Looked like he might have been expecting a breaking pitch, but fastball came right down the pipe.
Oh, he's thrown a couple of good breaking pitches in this at bat.
Full count. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Keegan Green and the Diamondbacks.
Carter McLean, the swing and the miss. Stepping away from the pitcher a little bit there. 3 up, 3 down. Nice inning for Ancaster.
13 brings him to 31.
So 31 pitches you hear total. 31 pitches for Keegan Green.
With 2 complete innings in the book.
So we're through 2 innings. It's a 5-2 score for the Diamondbacks. Lots of friends and family in attendance, especially for East Nepean, the host team at their home stadium, hoping that their team can pull out the win and represent Ontario in the Canadian Championships in Calgary. That starts on August the 4th. That runs through the 13th. The winner of that tournament will represent Canada at the Little League World Series from August 17th to the 28th. And if you've never been down to Williamsport to check out the Little League World Series, it's not that far of a drive from Ottawa.
We should head down road trip then, when Ancaster or East Nepean makes it that far. Maybe Rogers will set up the truck down there for us. What do you think? Who do we have to talk to for that?
Might have to chat with Gavin about that one.
Yeah.
A long road trip, lots of paperwork going across the border to work too. I think maybe we might want to do something else that week, Brent.
So as you said, that National Major Little League Championships in Calgary, the winner of this tournament will leave out of Toronto on Tuesday, August 2nd. So not a lot of turnaround for them. They've got to get everything ready and get out of town quickly.
Andrew Hopcraft coming in as a pinch hitter in place of Chase Brown.
They do have the weekend and Monday to get things ready. We've had tournaments where it ends and if there's rain delay or a game canceled because of there's been no time in between. They had to get out of town and get there quickly, so at least they've got those 3 days built in now.
Hopcraft square around to bunt the first 2 pitches. See what he does here. Again, here is the bunt right to the pitcher. Cote fires a bullet over to first base for the first out.
Amazing. The first time we've seen East Nepean now with the bunt. Fortunately for East Nepean, this one was bunted right to the pitcher. Cote hops on that one real quick, throws to first for the out.
Number 24, Mateo Hall.
And the third bunt we've seen in this game now for Ancaster.
Another pinch hitter. We go from one Hall to another. Christian comes out. Mateo comes in. There's the first pitch in for strike number 1. And if Ancaster goes on to win this title, it's Hamilton will be known as the City of Champions, as the Bulldogs were the Ontario Hockey League championship champions this past season and went on to the Memorial Cup final, losing a close one in the final.
Have to mention, talking to the Ancaster team, wow.
And strike 3 there on the check swing. Mateo Hall
And one more
out number 2.
Talking to this Ancaster team, this is the first time this team, I mean, they've worked so hard together this year. It's been such they called it a Cinderella story for them. They've only won in their 70 years that they've been around 3 major district championships. And this is the first ever provincial finals that they've appeared in. And they really talked about how it's been spread amongst the roster. There's no real big standout players they felt. I mean, we've seen Broxton Adams so far, but otherwise a team effort for these players.
Another pinch hitter, Liam Smart, comes into the game in place of Brady Hall. He sees the first 2 pitches as balls. There's ball number 3 way outside.
Is this another? So this is Liam Smart batting for Brady Hall then.
3-0 the count. And there's a good pitch from Cole Cote in for strike number 1. 3-1 the count with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd inning. Cote trying to go 1-2-3 as his counterpart did in the previous inning. This one a grounder to first base, but the cover might be late, and out at first is the call.
Nice play. That's tough. Cooper Leopard, one of the best defenders we've seen in this tournament so far. And he gets over, hustles as this one's picked up by the first baseman, Guthrie. The throw over to first, can't find the bag right away, but gets that glove down in time for the out, and a nice call over there at first base.
Cooper Leopard had a long run right there, but beats it out.
Cote, a pitch count of 11 brings him to
As we now
52 for Cote.
We'll look at today's trivia question, Brett. This former Little League player also scored the game-winning goal in the 1994 NHL Eastern Conference Final. Name that player.
I'm thinking reverse.
Yeah, no, you got to think of that NHL player
hockey
now.
player who went to
1994
MLB.
NHL Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah, I'm not going to know.
It'll be the New York Rangers against the New Jersey Devils.
Okay.
Game 7.
That played in Little League.
Yeah. Who just batted in the number 5, 6, and 7.
And we'll give you the answer in the middle of the 4th inning.
All right.
Got an inning for you to think about that one, or like you did the other day, use your Google machine.
Yeah, I was trying to find. No, I
you were
wanted
trying
to find
cheat.
Adam Lowen.
Just like the Yankees, you're trying to cheat.
I was trying to cheat like the Yankees. You caught me. Yeah.
You're the new Steinbrenner.
Mandatory play requirements.
Yeah, those hockey ones I'm going to leave to you, Colin. But if you know the answer, feel free to call in. Phone number 1-2-3-456-789-10.
10 on your 10 on your.
Number 10.
Oh, there. That's why. Number 10. That's
there
why.
You go. That's why.
Was for Cole Cote. We'll lead things off for the East Nepean Eagles.
Cole Cote has thrown 52 pitches in this game so far. Nice inning for him. 3 up, 3 down. Only threw 11 pitches in the 3rd. Cote, one of the big batters for his team in this tournament.
Mark Messier guaranteeing a victory in that Game 7 in 1994.
But probably not the guy that...
no, his initials SM.
Oh, you actually know who it is?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, wow, okay. This is good. All right, so you're giving the hint, because I'm never going to guess it. So you're giving the hint for the fans when they call in to tell us the answer.
Yes.
Okay.
1-1 the count. Was that last pitch fouled back? Here's the pitch from Green. This one driven into right field. It'll go all the way to the fence. Rounding first is Cote into second, and he will stay right there with a lead-off double.
I thought we might see another triple. That ball hit pretty deep down the right field line. Jimmy Amadio right away at first base, sending his runner to second base. And Cole Cote, watch this. When this ball's picked up, he's just about to touch second base there. That ball lobbed in all the way to the pitcher. Probably would have been too close to play third base. And again, a nice double by Cote, who leads the second on his team with a .450 batting average this year.
Good pitch there from Keegan Green to get ahead of the count. 0-1 to Chase Walsh. Guthrie singled in the first inning and was stranded at second base. This one, little looper to the second baseman. Hopcraft makes the play for the first out in this bottom of the third inning.
Guthrie responsible for that first RBI for East Nepean, that first run scoring. That was Cooper Leopard that scored after his triple, but can't do it here. East Nepean has to take advantage down in this game early.
Ball one to Dante Saka.
You've got a runner in scoring position. This run has to score here.
Down 3 runs, they have to chip away at this lead. Saka hits a pop fly, and the right fielder over to make a great grab, but tagging at second and going to third is Cole Cote. Heads up base running.
That's still a productive at bat. You didn't get a hit. He made contact. That ball was just in the air too long and just too much time for Adams to make that catch out in right field. But you moved the runner from second to third here at least.
Substitution at the plate, batting for number 7.
The problem is there's 2 outs in the inning now with the runner on third.
So Owen Ahern will be the batter now in place of Austin Van Ryswick, and Ahern hit in the eye in yesterday's game. His contact actually popped out and drives this first pitch into left field for a single and the RBI.
Nice job by Jimmy Amadio bringing in that pinch hitter in the right spot. Ahern, after getting hit in the face in his last at bat, they said if he was hit early in the game, he wouldn't have been playing anymore. But he said he's okay today, and he shows it right there with the RBI single to left field.
No problem with the vision. So he gets that third run across the plate for East Nepean. And Aiden Hallett, the third baseman, the number 7 hitter in the lineup for East Nepean at the plate. Fouls that first pitch off for strike number 1.
A check mark in the box that you've accomplished your first task. You've got that runner in scoring position in. Now you got to do the same thing with Owen Ahern.
Strike on the outside corner, and it's an 0-2 count. Strike 3 as the home plate umpire punches out Hallett.
Nice pitch here by Keegan Green. Blows it past. Out number 3 of the inning. 1 run does score though for East Nepean.
Bottom of the third. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors.
Couple of hits
and 1 runner left
in that
on base.
bottom half of the third inning for East Nepean. They get a run across the plate, cut the lead to 5-3 for the Diamondbacks.
3 complete innings of play. D-backs 5, Eagles 3.
And to the top of the 4th inning we go. Another close game for both of these teams. It was a 9-7 victory for the Diamondbacks in the round robin. Trending that way here through 3 full innings of play.
Great start for Ancaster in this game. I mean, getting, again, with Broxton Adams up at the plate, but giving up those 3 runs in that first inning after that bomb from Broxton. And they've only scored 1 run since then. They walked Broxton wisely in the second inning. We'll see what happens when he comes up to bat in potentially the 4th or 5th inning here.
Leading off
So to the
fourth,
bottom of the lineup, we'll start things off for the Diamondbacks. Josh Hopcraft. He'll be followed by Keegan Green and Evan Armstrong, the leadoff batter in the lineup for the Diamondbacks.
I had Keegan Green at 42 pitches there to end the third inning. He threw 11 pitches in that inning.
Hopcraft grounded out to the first baseman in the second inning. 0 for 1 today.
You could argue he's getting better and better each inning. Yeah, sure, he gave up the double to lead off the inning and gave up a run, but 18 pitches, then 13, and then only 11 in the third inning.
Swing and a miss for strike one.
And the same thing's really happening for Cole Cote. 25 in the first, 16 pitches in the second inning, and then 11 pitches, the same as his counterpart in the third inning. A great 3-up, 3-down inning for him.
This one fouled off right at the Ancaster dugout.
Hopcraft, the ground out to the first baseman in his last at bat. The number 8 hitter, if they can turn over the lineup with at least one of these runners on base, this would be great for Ancaster.
That pitch outside, 2-2 the count to the leadoff batter Josh Hopcraft here in the top of the fourth inning. Ball 3. Now the count runs full.
And this is their second time ever facing East Nepean. The last time they faced them, Keegan Green was pitching in that one as well.
This pitch fouled back off the backstop.
He threw 37 pitches in that game, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeouts against East Nepean. So not a great amount of success for him in that one matchup, but he's doing well in this one.
Big pitch here for Cole Cote. He's trying to get through this first hitter, and that pitch is outside, so a leadoff walk to the second baseman, Josh Hopcraft.
You hate to see that, the number 8 hitter walking him after he grounded out in his last at bat, and now you're facing the pitcher, Keegan Green, who got on with a single to left field in the second inning.
Squaring around to bunt already, pulls it back. They go down to first, and
wow.
That was actually really close with that high throw.
Yeah.
Quick touch on the top of the head by Walsh Guthrie.
Amadio throwing behind the runner there, showing off his arm, doesn't get the out, but close play.
Swing and a miss for strike one. A ball and a strike to Keegan Green, who's been doing an excellent job on the mound and now trying to get something going with the bat.
Sean Hall, the manager for Ancaster, putting on the butcher boy here in the first 2 swings that he's had as he puts the bunt down, bring that third baseman in, and then swinging away.
Green gets a piece of that one. It's 1-2. There's the runner at first. It's Josh Hopcraft.
Hallett now playing a little deeper at third base.
That one down in the dirt. Good job by Amadio to keep the ball in front of him, keep that runner at first base.
With 2 strikes, they are presuming he's not going to be bunting anymore.
2-2 the count to Keegan Green. Here's the pitch. Swings and rips that one down the third base line. Fair into left field. To third base goes the runner. Here's
Wow.
the play. Safe.
That play was close at third base. Nice job of running by Josh Hopcraft after he got on with the walk. This one hit down the line. I said you need to get one of these batters on. They get both. Nice hit by Keegan Green. And here you see the big throw, close play. Just couldn't get the glove around in time to tag that runner. And Jimmy Amadio coming out now.
Gonna make a pitching change.
Yeah, and it looks like exactly, that was warming up before the game. Van Ryswick coming in now.
Van Ryswick will come in from left field. Aiden Hallett will now go out to left field, and Walsh Guthrie will go from first to third. Cole Cote goes to first.
64 pitches, 64 for Cole Cote. He leaves the mound, and now there
He threw 12 pitches in that inning then, 64 total for Cole Cote to end his day. And that was in 3+ innings, did not get an out in this inning.
So there is Austin Van Ryswick on the mound throwing his warm-up pitches. As he comes in, runners on second and third. Those belong to Cole Cote.
Van Ryswick had a grand slam in the district finals versus Ottawa West. On the mound, he'll throw a fastball changeup. We'll see from him. Didn't pitch in the last game that we saw versus Ancaster.
There is what these two teams are playing for, the championship trophy.
It's missing something, Colin. Trivia question. What's missing?
Here's the first pitch by Van Ryswick, fouled off. Evan Armstrong at the plate for the Diamondbacks.
I think official scorer Jim Dean got a little overzealous and took the bat. He kept it as a consolation prize.
Armstrong squaring around to bunt. Van Ryswick delivering that pitch up high in the strike zone.
Only one strike. I'm curious if he'll bunt again here. You've got two runners in scoring position, and he's been so successful at this so far.
Fouls that one, goes into the dugout. Little gap right at the top, right into the East Nepean dugout.
Both times he's bunted, it's gone towards the third base side. Probably don't want a lot of action over there, and he's been swinging away so far, so probably no bunts in play here.
Armstrong does bunt it. And
wow.
That is going to go foul. And he is out.
So he did that with two strikes on him. Sorry, one strike. Oh, no, it was two strikes, so he struck out. He bunted with two strikes.
So bunt strikeout.
First time in this game the bunt does not work out.
Re-entry at the plate in the number 2 spot. Batting for Lily Putignano is number 44, Wesley Boyd.
So Wesley Boyd now back into the game, taking the spot of Lily Putignano. Here's the first pitch. That one way up high for ball number 1.
Curious that he did that with the two strikes when I said he wouldn't be doing it there in that spot with the runners at second and third.
Grounder to the third baseman, over to first for the out, but a run does score. Hopcraft comes in, touches home plate for the 6th run for the Diamondbacks.
That's a tough play, but a good play. You got the out. I love this. Picking it up at third base, taking a look at the runner. He looked at him really quick, but he made that out at first base, got the out. That's exactly the opposite of what we saw Lily Putignano do early in the game, where she looked at the runner far enough from the bag. She thought she would maybe get the out at third base. Again, I think it was a ploy, just trying to make her do that, and then got back to the base safely.
But this time Hopcraft just put his head down and went full tilt at home plate, scores the run. And now Broxton Adams at the plate, another curveball to him to lead things off for strike number 1.
And a successful at bat there for Boyd getting that run in. Nice job.
Curveball again from Van Ryswick, but up in the zone, too high. Ball and a strike with 2 outs gone here in the top of the 4th inning. Another good curveball for strike number 2.
That pitch a little high and out of the zone. I believe Amadio probably telling his pitcher not to give him too much to swing at here, but no intentional walks so far.
3 straight curveballs. Tries it again, up high. Evens the count at 2, and now you have 2s across the board with the count at 2-2, 2 outs here. Top of the 4th inning, Ancaster with a 6-3 lead over the East Nepean Eagles. That pitch outside, not giving Adams any fastballs to have a look at.
Yeah, I'm going to throw a ball. Maybe it's going to be a little close to the zone, but far enough away that he's not going to be able to make good contact.
Oh, good job by the pitcher. Throws home, and it's too high.
He's throwing home there.
And Green scores a run.
There's no forced play. He should have been throwing that to first base. Sorry. I don't know what he was doing there. When you got that ball, you're out. You're major league out. When you get that ball, you're out as at first base. That's exactly what he should have done.
An RBI for Broxton Adams. He's done some damage here this afternoon. The 3-run home run had.
And we have a Rule 714.
He's been responsible for an RBI each time he's been at the plate. So
Walked
there
in the
again,
second inning.
Yeah, walked and got that RBI in on that one, and then this time grounding that ball to the pitcher. So that would be a fielder's choice, throwing home.
5 RBIs for Broxton Adams in today's games, as now Jacob Alt, the shortstop, steps into the batter's box. That pitch delivered much too high for ball number 1.
And that's 2 runs in the inning now in for Ancaster, and they are slowly pulling away in this game.
Here's a deep drive to center field, and Ambler under it to make the catch, and the 3rd out here in the top of the 4th inning.
First time that Jacob Alt hasn't hit the ball on the ground. Hits that one deep to center field. Nice job positioning himself. Ambler gets underneath the ball, makes the catch. Out number 3. So unfortunately for East Nepean, that mental error, the fielder's choice, and the run scores, but able to stop it there afterwards.
And 1 runner left on base. For pitcher Austin Van Rice.
So we'll give you the trivia question once again. Brett, this former Little League player, also scored the game-winning goal in the 1994 NHL Eastern Conference Final. I'll give you a hint. It was a player from the New York Rangers. You get one last crack at it before we give you the answer.
Okay, I would have to
and
think
I gave
of a
you
player
the initials. I'm pretty sure
what
it's
are the initials?
SM.
SM.
From what I remember. I don't know if I'm right.
Sidney Mick Crosby.
Stéphane Matteau.
Oh, you were right. Look at that. Well done. Won the 1994 Stanley Cup champion with the New York Rangers. And we know our director doesn't like the New York Rangers either, right?
No,
he's
I
probably
don't
a
think
Toronto
so.
Maple Leafs fan, I think, too. He's
I think
Toronto
so.
born and bred.
Must be a Leafs fan.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm sure he has an Austin Matthews jersey on today.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw him wearing that. Yeah. Underneath his Blue Jays jersey.
Played for Rouyn-Noranda, and they represented Canada in the 1982 Little League World Series. One of his teammates was 4-time All-Star Pierre Turgeon. And I have a funny Pierre Turgeon story. Not funny, but I went to the Montreal Canadiens fantasy camp in 2015. Pierre Turgeon was one of the former Habs in attendance. And after our fantasy game, I was one of the captains of the teams. And at the end, they told us each team to line up on the blue line. And all of a sudden, Pierre Turgeon comes out with the torch, the famous torch from the Montreal Forum. This pitch driven high, and the second baseman, Josh Hopcraft, over to make the catch. So the music starts, and all of a sudden, Pierre Turgeon comes out with the torch, lit, passing it off. And the first person he passed it off to, yours truly.
Wow.
Very cool experience.
Very nice.
Very cool experience.
And you have no idea who you passed it off to.
No, nor did I care.
It doesn't matter.
And I was at the last game at the Montreal Forum, March 11th, 1996. My dad managed to somehow get tickets for us right up against the glass, so it just added to that entire experience.
Did you get to take your seat home with you?
I didn't, but I took one of those red, white, and blue banners, grabbed one of those, stuffed it in the coat, and I bought 3 seats from the Forum, a red, white, and a blue,
nice,
when they went on sale. All right, story time's over.
The Blue Jays are doing some massive renovations, spending, I think it's $300 million over the next 3 years. And I saw the renditions of what it's going to look like. And yeah, they'll have some, because they're going to be taking out some seats from that stadium.
James Kelly drives one right into the glove of the second baseman, Josh Hopcraft. So he's responsible for the first 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Taewon Yoon fly out to second baseman. Now this line out to the second baseman. He's been busy in this inning.
So back to the top. That was
James
Kelly. Yeah, the top of the order now would go Cooper Leopard. Oh, what a great grab by the pitcher. Keegan Green flips it over to first base for the third out, and quickly they go through 1, 2, 3.
This has been nothing.
In the bottom of the fourth.
Green has been phenomenal for his team. What a game he's had so far.
Pitcher Keegan Green, 6 pitches.
Six pitches.
Wow. It just keeps going down. 48 pitches he's had. 18, 13, 11, and now 6 in that inning. That's phenomenal.
Ancaster D-backs 7, East Nepean Eagles 3.
East Nepean is running out of time. If they want to get back into this game, 2 innings left. 3 runs they've scored. They've got to do something this inning.
Has also completed their mandatory play requirements.
So 7-3 the score for the Diamondbacks. Austin Van Ryswick on the mound for East Nepean, getting his warm-up throws.
And they are re-entering those first 2 batters. In the number 8 spot, number 11 Jimmy Ambler goes back in, and in the number 9 spot, number 2 Owen Amadio is back in.
You heard them say probably in between the inning there, they've met their requirements. So what happens is they'll have their players, their substitutions on the bench, and they'll come in to replace a player, a batter. And then we saw Pucignano come in and replace actually defensively Wesley Boyd early in the game, and then Wesley Boyd came in to bat again in the 4th inning. You can also have special pinch runners in the game, and we saw in yesterday's game Owen Amadio come in to run for 2 of the batters in that game yesterday.
Down to second goes the ball. Van Ryswick is ready to go.
Leading off the top of the 5th for Ancaster.
And we'll get Chase Brown to the plate.
Chase Brown.
To lead things off for the Diamondbacks. Here's the first pitch to Brown. Called strike on the outside corner.
Van Ryswick in now to replace Cole Cote, throwing 14 pitches in this game so far.
Here's the 0-1. This one a little bit low for ball 1.
Do you happen to know what who the first batter? Oh, 3+. So it would have been probably Evan Armstrong was the first batter they came in to face.
That one down low. 2-1 the count to Chase Brown. Diamondbacks trying to increase the 7-3 lead. Strike 2 thrown by Van Ryswick.
And we know everyone's tuned in to watch this game today on Rogers TV because the Blue Jays game is on Apple TV today, so you'll be able to watch it. And what a game you're experiencing here today. An amazing just pitching dominance from Keegan Green and this phenomenal Ancaster club, as they called themselves a Cinderella story.
Hard ball. Look at the grab by Saka from his back.
Whoa.
Throws that ball away. Good coverage there by O'Neill, but what a grab by Dante Saka, flashing the leather.
Amazing as he lays out to grab this one, gets his glove on it barely. And if you think you can make that throw, but maybe well advised to hold on to that one. Good job just keeping that ball in the infield though.
Christian Hall swings at the first pitch, and this is a little dribbler that doesn't go very far, and he's in with an infield single.
And that's exactly what happens for your team when you're doing well. Plays like this just go your way. Didn't make good contact. This should be an out, but it just hits so weakly. There's no play at all for East Nepean to make. Oh, and they might be calling it a dead ball.
Well, the East Nepean coach came out of the dugout, and this is what he's asking the umpires to find out if this was in fact fouled off his leg. I didn't think so.
Yeah, we'll see the replay of this again.
He just didn't get a big piece of it, and it was just a dribbler right in front of the, or actually went down the third base line.
So they're just checking. The home plate umpire will be checking in with each of the umpires to see if they saw that. And sometimes you might get that chance. I talked to the umpires before the game about the last time we had a tournament here and there was a play. They talked about at second base, and the home plate umpire hadn't seen it, but the second base umpire did see it. So here it is again. It doesn't look like it hit him at all. But
No, it didn't look like it to me. Squaring around to bunt.
a nice job by the umpires there, getting together, conferencing, and just ensuring they made the right call.
So Liam Smart turned to bunt right there. That ball was down low for ball number 1. Does it again. Bunts one down the first base line, but foul.
Wow.
As they try to advance the runners to second and third. Chase Brown is on second. Christian Hall on first.
Everything going Ancaster's way right now. Infield single to the shortstop, infield single to the pitcher.
Check swing right there, but goes around, or that pitch was on the outside part of the plate for strike number 2. So 1-2 the count now to Liam Smart.
Smart, his second at bat in the first inning, grounded out to the first baseman.
That pitch missing, evens the count at 2. Nobody.
Oh, sorry, no, it was Brady Hall that batted first. So Liam Smart batted in the third inning and had the ground out, 3-4.
Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing, grounder to second. It seemed to me that Cote might have had time to throw to second base, but he decided not to do anything with that one. Takes the force out at first base for the first out.
I thought the exact same thing. He got the ball, he picked it up quick, and it looked like he could have made a play at second base or maybe third. I mean, third's a pretty long throw, but second base might have thought the runner was in the way. Probably, I mean, if you think there's going to be an issue, just best to hold on to the ball and get the next out.
Pitch on the outside corner, the first one that Josh Hopcraft sees, and that's called for strike number 1.
If you're the first baseman, Guthrie, you don't want a chance throwing, or Cote, I guess, you don't want a chance throwing the ball around and making another error on the bases somehow and letting more runs score. There's only 2 runners on the base right now, 1 out. Let's get the 8 and 9 hitter right here.
Hopcraft 0 for 1 with a walk, scored a run in the 4th inning. 0-2 the count.
Oh.
And that one hits him. So down to first, he will go, and the bases loaded for the number 9 hitter in the lineup and the pitcher, Keegan Green.
We haven't seen too many hit by pitches in this tournament. We saw an awful one yesterday with a Hearn being hit in the face, having a bit of a shiner there on his eye now. But here's another hit by pitch and a mound conference to settle him down. The bases are loaded here now with Hopcraft on first. It'll be Mateo Hall, I believe.
It's
or was
Christian Hall.
Christian Hall at second, and then Chase Brown at third.
And a 4-run advantage for Ancaster, and East Nepean needs to ensure that no more runs come across the plate. So a tough spot for Van Ryswick right here to try and get out of. And at the plate, Keegan Green.
Now batting for Ancaster, number 10.
He's singled and doubled in this game, scored 2 runs, and has been great on the mound. So all around, a really, really strong game from Keegan Green. Swings at that first pitch for strike number 1.
Keegan Green, the numbers for him so far this year in 11 games, 37 plate appearances. He has a .375 batting average, .432 on base percentage, and that is 4th highest on his team, that batting average.
Couldn't check his swing right there. And that breaking ball that was way outside. So quickly Van Ryswick ahead in the count, 0-2. And this would be a key strikeout if he can get it. That pitch just missing outside. Ball and 2 strikes.
The 4th highest batting average, his on base percentage is actually the, I believe, 8th lowest on his team, but a great hitter so far we've seen in this game. He has done some damage.
That pitch a little bit too low. 2-2 the count with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Bases loaded. The number 9 hitter at the plate, that's Keegan Green. And rips one. The left fielder makes a great catch, and they're going to get the double play at second.
Oh, no. Big head scratcher there. At second base, this ball, he didn't know how many outs there were. He put his hand up afterwards and was saying 2. He thought there was 2 outs. This is where, as the head coach, you check in, you make sure that this was said. Obviously, the coaches probably said something to him in between, but maybe didn't pick it up. Didn't know there was only 1 out in the inning, so it's a double play.
Top of the 5th inning.
So a huge play for the East Nepean defense with the bases loaded. Didn't allow a run.
The pitch count for Austin Van Ryswick was 20. His total is 34.
So still a 7-3 lead for the Diamondbacks.
Score remains.
And let's not forget, East Nepean had the bases loaded as well for a while in the first inning and only cashed 2 runs. And down 4 runs. Keegan Green remains on the mound. He's been excellent.
This is a spot in the game, too. I mean, TSN turning point, rally cry, whatever you want to call it, where bases were loaded. There was 1 out in the inning, but you had a spot with the top of the order potentially coming up to score some big runs. And then Keegan Green hits into the double play because Christian Hall at second base didn't know how many outs there were.
And re-entering behind the plate for the D-backs in the number 7 spot.
In that inning there, then I had 20 pitches for Austin Van Ryswick. That should put him at 34 pitches total he's had in this game so far. 34 pitches for him, and Cole Cote had his 64 pitches.
Original number 2 spot is number 5, Emmett O'Neill.
So the first batter for the East Nepean Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th inning will be Emmett O'Neill. Carter McLean had taken that spot. O'Neill hits one, and this is trouble. This one's going all the way to the fence. O'Neill into second. He's going to stay there with a stand-up double.
Teasing us again, East Nepean with a potential triple. Excited at second base there. Emmett O'Neill, take a look at this one. The lefty hits it out of the reach of the second baseman and trying to make a nice play out in right field there. Adams, he can't do it. That ball bounces past him all the way to the wall into second base safely as Emmett O'Neill.
Now Cole Cote started this game on the mound for East Nepean. This ball gets away from the catcher, Brady Hall, and down to third base goes Emmett O'Neill.
Another opportunity in this game with the passed ball. The ball bouncing away behind the plate, and the runner advances all the way to third here now.
Here's the 1-0. That pitch outside for ball number 2.
Ideally, you're going to mount, obviously, as much offense as you can in this inning, but you have to scratch away at this lead. The 6th inning is going to be it for them. Only 2 innings left to go. So they've got to get as many in here as possible.
This one chopped off the plate way high.
Oh.
And a great play by the second baseman, Josh Hopcraft, to get the out at first, but the run does score. And it's a 7-4 lead now for the Diamondbacks.
Cole Cote, watch this high hopper. That's a tough play for the second baseman. Nice job by Hopcraft to get that ball and fire to first base for the out. But that is not a bad at-bat for Cole Cote. He scores that run. Emmett O'Neill from third base. And you're crawling ever closer in this game in the score.
Chase Walsh Guthrie at the plate, singled in the first inning. And then popped out to the second baseman in the third. 0-2 the count now to Walsh Guthrie. That a little bit too high for ball number 1.
I just got a message that Felix Septimo is in attendance here again today, so 2 players in attendance here now, at least 2 players that have been, there he is over there, that have been playing and that have played in affiliated baseball. Philippe Aumont, obviously the other one. Wow, what a shot. That hit the camera. Did it break it?
Right up at the camera.
We're holding on to that one. Mike James, come on.
That one inside. Ball number 2, 2-2 the count to Walsh Guthrie.
I don't know. You used to do camera, same as me, a long time ago.
When I first started, yes. Just about got killed in the Ottawa Lynx dugout one time.
And the rule was always, if you get hit by the ball, I mean, he didn't get hit by the ball, the camera did, but you get hit by the ball, you get your name said on air. That was pretty close. Who's the camera person up there? Mr. James, our producer, director.
Jace fan extraordinaire.
Jace fan extraordinaire.
The camera is fine. That's good news.
All right.
How about our camera person? A little shook or not?
Yeah.
Grounder to second base. Tough bounce. Makes the play. Josh Hopcraft with a number of plays here in this championship game, and he's making every single one of them.
Second time he's got Chase Walsh Guthrie had the flyout pop-up in the infield to him in the last at-bat in the third inning, and now with a ground out, G4-3 to get the out at first base. 2 outs in the inning.
2 in a row to the second baseman. Dante Saka now at the plate. Reached on an error in the first inning and had a sacrifice fly in the third. Swings at this pitch, goes right up the middle into center field, and Saka on with a 2-out single.
You say the second baseman's been busy. I think I have about 8 plays from him today. A line out from James Kelly, the Taewon Yoon pop-up.
7, I've got 7 as well.
That's phenomenal. So there's the single to center field by Dante Saka. 2 outs in the inning, and we'll see if it's Austin Van Ryswick that's batting here.
No, it's going to be
have a substitution
Owen Ahern.
Re-entering for number 7, Austin Van Ryswick, is number 14, Owen Ahern.
And Ahern didn't waste any time in his last at-bat. Slapped a single to left field. And this time drives one deep, way back. And off the fence.
That run has to score. It's close. Oh.
So a 2-out double for Ahern. Just missing on the home run. Hit the base of the fence. They've got runners on second and third with 2 outs.
Ahern says,
in the bottom of the 5th inning.
You think hitting me in the face is going to slow me down? Not a chance. His last at-bat, the RBI single to left. This time hits it even harder, the double to left. That runner, Dante Saka, I thought he had enough speed to potentially score on that one. Wisely holding him up at third base, though. You don't want that play. You do not want to risk getting that out at home plate when you've got some other good batters up behind you. Aiden Hallett up to the plate now. Hasn't had a great game so far at the bat in this one. We'll see if they bring in a hitter for him. Had a pop-up to the pitcher and then a strikeout swinging. And it looks like a new pitcher in this game now.
It looks like they're going to make a change here. And Christian Hall has been given the ball, number 99, just waiting for a glove. Had the first baseman's glove on, now looking for just a regular glove, and out it comes. So Christian Hall will take the mound. Adams moves over to first base.
Christian Hall was the first baseman to start the game. Mateo Hall batted for him in the third inning. Now coming into pitch for Keegan Green. Keegan had 48 pitches to start this inning, so he went 4 2/3 innings in this one.
Brady Hall's going to go from catcher to center field, and Alt is going to come in to catch.
Moving everybody around.
Let's see if we can figure things out as Putignano is at third base. And I believe I said Adams was coming into first base.
For the D-backs, number 10, Keegan Green, threw 62 pitches.
Keegan Green looks like he'll be moving.
Now on the mound, number 99, Christian Hall.
I'm not sure where Keegan Green's going to be playing. We'll try and figure that one out as Christian Hall now taking some warm-up pitches. Looks like Keegan Green is going to go to shortstop. And I believe the only one I'm not too sure is the right fielder. But that looks to be Chase Brown. So Brown moves from center field over to right field. If you're scoring at home, you've got Armstrong,
which I know you are.
Armstrong, Brady Hall, and Brown in the outfield. Putinano at third, Green at short, Josh Hopcraft stays at second, Adams at first base, Alta's behind the plate, and Christian Hall on the mound.
You are phenomenal. Getting all that information to the fans, being able to find out where everyone was. There's a lot of movement in this game, and keeping track of that is almost need an extra person for that.
So Aiden Hallett now comes to the plate with runners on second and third, 2 outs here. First pitch that he sees from Hall is a strike. Hall, the left-hander.
I have the numbers here for Keegan Green. Did some quick math. 4 2/3 inning pitch, 62 pitches. He threw 7 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. No hit batters. The book is still open on him, so the runners at second and third are on his books if they do score in this inning.
So Hall quickly ahead 0-2 to Hallett. Here's the pitch. This one missing high. Ahern at second base. Dante Saka is at third. That pitch missing just outside. That evens the count, 2-2, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. East Nepean, a couple of runners in scoring position, trying to get their way back in this game. Already scored a run in this inning, 2 more in scoring position, and strike 3 as Hall comes in and does his job.
That pitch looked like about where the last pitch before that was. And the pitch before that just a bit high, dancing around the strike zone, but swings at that one. I mean, a call that could have gone either way probably anyways, but just can't get his bat on it. So another strikeout swinging for Aiden Hallett.
There were no errors.
So run on 3 hits. Couple of guys left on base. 7-4, the score now going into the final inning. The Diamondbacks ahead, trying to secure a spot in the Canadian Little League Championships, and only 3 outs separating them from that spot.
7, East Nepean Eagles 4.
Van Ryswick still on the mound for his East Nepean team. He came in to replace Cole Cote. Have to ensure, with the batters up in this inning, we're facing the top of the order here now. Evan Armstrong, Wesley Boyd, and Broxton Adams, that you contain these batters and do not let a run cross the plate. You've already got a big enough deficit that you've got to make up in the 6th and final inning in this game.
Re-entries.
There is
number 7 back on the mound.
Evan Armstrong.
14 Owen Ahern, that's allowed once in a game. And in the number 2 spot in the order,
he'll be coming into the batter's box to lead things off for the Diamondbacks.
Evan Armstrong, each time he's been at the plate, he has attempted to bunt. It was a bunt strikeout his last time up. We'll see if he squares up here.
Top of the 6th inning for the
and already playing in at third base is Hallett.
Not bunting on this pitch. That went outside. Good eye from Armstrong. Want to know the count. Here's the pitch. A little bit too low.
Armstrong, a bunting specialist in this game that we've seen so far. I don't know what he's done bunt-wise this year, but to have a weapon like that at the top of your lineup and his speed is amazing.
Fouled back. It's actually Chase Walsh Guthrie over at third base.
The numbers for Evan Armstrong so far in 11 games: .412 batting average, .523 on base percentage.
Grounder to Saka, takes a big hop. Does a good job keeping it in front of him. Bounced off his chest, but in with the leadoff single is Evan Armstrong.
On base again, Evan Armstrong for the third time. This one didn't see it there quite in time, but that ball bouncing up and hitting him in the chest. As you said, nice job keeping it in front of him, keeping it in the infield. We've seen too many times in this tournament that ball getting through the legs or getting over the glove of the infielder, but stops that and keeps him at first base.
Well, they might have him they look like they might have had a play at first base. Armstrong got a little bit too far off.
I wonder if he's just trying to bait the throw there.
Could have been.
He's a fast runner.
He got a little bit too far off the first base, I think.
Wonder if he felt like he was close enough to bait that throw and make it.
That one gets by Amadio, and down to second base goes Armstrong. A 1-1 count to Wesley Boyd. This one up high for ball 2.
Now this throw to third base is a little bit closer. You do have a right-handed batter at the plate, so a tougher throw. But with his speed, see if you see him take
Grounder to Saka, eludes him. And runners now on the corners, first and third with nobody out.
We said good job stopping that runner, or stopping that ball, sorry, last time when it hit his chest to stay in, but this one gets past him over his left side into center field for a hit.
It's almost like he was anticipating a bad bounce right there and didn't stay down on the ball, and it went under his glove.
That's what that top hand's for.
This one thrown right to the backstop. Armstrong's coming to the plate. Here's the play. Safe.
Van Ryswick was not there in time to cover the plate. Evan Armstrong keeping them off guard. He was ready to run quick, and that's the second time in this game where we've seen a ball get past the catcher and a runner for Ancaster score.
So a pass ball and a wild pitch allowed Armstrong to move up a couple of bases, moved up one on the single by Wesley Boyd. This one off the glove of the pitcher right to the second baseman, over to Cote for the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. Boyd moves over to third base on the play.
Number 6, Jacob Alt.
The 1-4-3. And now the shortstop, Jacob Alt. Actually, now he's the catcher. So the catcher, Jacob Alt, at the dish.
And another runner at third base, sorry, for Ancaster.
Swings at the first pitch. This goes off the leg of Van Ryswick and not able to make a play. They're going to call time here. He feeling that one.
Oh, no.
This one off the right shin. You can see him grabbing his shin there, and hopefully he's all right and can stay in this game.
Everyone taking a knee right now for Van Ryswick as Amadio, the manager, comes out to check on him. And I have to imagine that's got to be the end of the day for Van Ryswick. To be able to pitch, yeah, he's shaking his head, Amadio, telling him good job. He saw that one square. Ouch, in the leg. Nice effort, a lot of heart getting up and just trying to make the play. Kind of like a play we saw earlier in the year for the Blue Jays. New pitcher that they picked up from San Francisco, where that ball hit him in the leg, and same thing, pounced on that ball and just couldn't, because the pain in the leg, couldn't make that out at first base.
So Emmett O'Neill comes off the bench and into the game to try and get these final 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th inning. Runner on first base. That's
so we have a
Jacob
couple of
Alt.
re-entries to go with this pitching change, so let's do the re-entries first. In the number 2 spot in the order,
And Hearn is going to go
Emmett O'Neill,
into
number 5,
right
comes
field.
back in for number 1, Carter McLean. So number 5, Emmett O'Neill, is in the 2 spot. In the 7th spot,
Said at the top of this inning, you got to stop this Ancaster team from scoring, and the first 2 batters have scored now in this game. I don't know how you stop Evan Armstrong from scoring. This guy's a run-scoring machine. He's phenomenal, getting on base with the bunts early in the game twice, and then that strong infield single to the shortstop in the 6th inning. Moving around on the pass ball, scoring on that wild pitch. Another pass ball that allowed Wesley Boyd to get into scoring position. He had an RBI as well. That was an RBI pass ball, sorry, while Wesley Boyd was batting, and that was Evan Armstrong that scored. And then that last time, Jacob Alt hitting that one square up the middle, hit the pitcher.
First pitch from O'Neill goes right to the backstop. And down to second base goes Jacob Alt. And on that last hit, a run came across the score, so it's a 9-4 lead for Ancaster. That pitch up high. 2-0 the count to Chase Brown. Here's the pitch. Chops this one, foul ball. Brown, amidst all the changes in that last inning, ended up in right field. Started the game in center field. Now has a runner in scoring position. Alt at second base. That pitch missing.
The numbers for Chase Brown this year in 31 plate appearances as a .250 average, .323 on base percentage.
3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that is ball 4. O'Neill comes in off the bench, walks the first batter he sees.
Christian Hall.
Second time Chase Brown has walked in this game. Retired at second base on the fielder's choice from Christian Hall in the first inning.
And now Christian Hall at the plate. Swings at that first pitch. Good thing you weren't looking up. I even ducked a little bit there.
I would have had you.
You wouldn't have. It would have hit you square in the face because you weren't looking, and I wouldn't have had you because I ducked the other way. 0-1 the count to Hall. Here's the pitch from O'Neill. Good pitch right there. Outside part of the plate for strike number 2.
Our scoreboard camera might have saved you then. I think it's moved. It's been so windy. The producer's been out to move it probably a couple times to put it back in position.
And the scoreboard not working again today, so no need for that scoreboard camera. 1-2 the count now to Christian Hall. Moved to the mound the last inning. That pitch outside.
Ooh, close pitch.
Evens it up 2-2. Runner on second base. 2-2 the count. Grounder, the pitcher, O'Neill, instead of going to first. Oh, excuse me. There were runners on first and second. Gets the force out at third. So good play by O'Neill.
I love that play. Nice heads up. O'Neill gets that ball quick. Not even thinking, watch this. Just knows right away where he's got to make that play. I love that. But then that play from the third baseman just took a little bit too long to get that throw to second base for the out. So no other outs, but at least you got that lead runner and 2 outs in the inning.
So Hall reaches on the fielder's choice. And now trying to figure out who the next batter will be. Either it will be Brady Hall or Liam Smart, we believe.
So a re-entry at the plate.
There's
Number
Sean
12,
Hall coming
Liam
over
Smart.
So it is Liam Smart that will come
for number 2,
back
Brady
to the
Hall.
plate.
over to talk to Jim Dean about who's coming in this spot.
And we'll also have a pinch runner
for number 20, Chase Brown.
At second base, and that will be number 2, Brady Hall.
This spot in the lineup for the Ancaster Diamondbacks, one of the only spots I believe that I've seen that they haven't gotten on base, ground outs to the first baseman each time.
First pitch ball to Liam Smart. This pitch driven into right center, and it's going to fall in between the outfielders. Hall will come in to score from second. They're sending the runner. Play at the plate. Safe is Christian Hall. So 2 runs score on the hit from Liam Smart, who ends up at second base.
Amadio quite upset. He fired that ball back at the pitcher after that play. better make sure you're not throwing the ball away here.
Number 25, Josh.
This ball hit deep. First time hasn't been hit to the second baseman, hit deep to center field in between the two fielders. Held on to that a little bit long, the cutoff man, before he made the throw home, and then able to score on that play. And now the lone runner at second base. So Chase Brown and Hall both score on that play.
There's a good cut from Josh Hopcraft. Quickly, 2 strikes on him. Oh, 0-2 with 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning. That pitch fouled off. Hopcraft stays alive. Hopcraft was hit by a pitch in his last plate appearance. Fouls this one back off. 1-2.
Emmett O'Neill pitched in that last game that we had, East Nepean versus Ancaster, along with Taiwan and Aiden in that game as well.
1-2 the count. O'Neill on the mound. Here's the pitch to Hopcraft. And this one, he grounds it to first, and it goes off the leg of Cole Cote, and in safely is Josh Hopcraft.
I think it hit his glove and just bounced out again. And again, just another defensive miscue. The East Nepean Eagles just not able to capitalize at balls that are being hit to them. Bounces off his glove, rolls his eyes back, and ball picked up by another infielder. Runners at first and third now.
And the 9th batter of the inning. And this is going to fall into shallow left field, and another runner comes across the plate. Keegan Green with the bloop single. Keep this inning going.
Armstrong.
Again, if you are playing this well, everything's just going your way, and that ball just hitting the Bermuda Triangle right in between those 3 fielders for another hit.
So Evan Armstrong, his second plate appearance here in the 6th inning. Singled, advanced on a pass ball, and moved over to third. And scored on the wild pitch. This time drives it into center field. It's going to fall in. Trouble for the center fielder, but he gets it in quickly, and everybody stays put. Bases are loaded.
Thought there was a chance they might send that runner from third base home there. That's Josh Hopcraft at third, but bases loaded here now. Probably wise. You've got some pretty good hitters coming up with Wesley Boyd and Broxton Adams. And this has been a bat-around inning.
And this one gets into the outfield. 1 run comes to score. They're sending in the second. 2 more runners score as Green crosses the plate with Hopcraft.
Hard to score this game. This is happening so quick. Pitch, great hit by Ancaster. This one, I'm going to call it an E4. Gets underneath the second baseman Leopard's glove into center field.
Runners on first and second.
Good spot here for Amadio to come out and settle O'Neill down. There have been so many hits, and since he's come in, the walk, the fielder's choice where they finally got an out. 2 RBI, single to center field, E3, a single to left field, the E4.
7 runs here in the top of the 6th inning so far for Ancaster. 2 outs.
For the D-backs, number 21, Broxton Adams.
And Broxton Adams now at the plate. Grounded out. He was the first out here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-4-3 just went off the glove of Van Ryswick right to the second baseman, and they made the out at first. Swings at this one. And the second baseman there to make the play.
Nice.
For out number 3. But a huge deficit now for the East Nepean Eagles as they allow 7 runs to cross the plate in the 6th inning. And from a 7-4 score to start the 6th, now it's 14-4, a 10-run lead. And East Nepean needs to focus on one batter at a time. You see there the score, 14 runs on 14 hits,
7 runs
1
on
error.
7 hits. There was 1 Eagle error.
7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base.
For Emmett O'Neill is 23.
23
for O'Neill.
pitches from
And
O'Neill.
As we head into the bottom of the 6th inning.
So now Ancaster, 3 outs
14,
required
Eagles 4.
to win the Ontario Little League Championship and represent Ontario in the Canadian Championship starting on August 4th in Calgary.
Re-entries for the D-backs in the number 2 and 7 spots.
And the hard-throwing Christian Hall will try and close things out for his team.
Nice job by East Nepean there. At the very least, Broxton Adams, who had that home run early in the game, and the last time he's been up, the ground out 1-4-3 and then that ground out 4. So you're able to manage him at the very least. And the only 2 times in this game where he hasn't been responsible for a run scoring, he had 5 of the first 6 runs that came in responsible for that for him.
First pitch to Jimmy Ambler is called ball 1.
This will be the number 8-9 hitter, Ambler, and then potentially Amadio, and then up to the top with Cooper Leopard.
A little bit of adrenaline going through the veins of Christian Hall as he's trying to overpower Jimmy Ambler in this first at bat. There's a good pitch for strike number 1. Ambler has yet to reach base here in this game, lined out to the second baseman in both of his at-bats so far. Now ahead in the count, 3-1.
Alt threw that ball back to the pitcher. Pitcher wasn't even looking. He was talking to the shortstop, who was the starter in this game, Keegan Green.
3-1 count here to Ambler. Strike 2 right down the plate.
Nice pitch.
3-2.
And now a full count. As Hall tries to make the first out here. And a swing and a miss for strike 3.
First time Ambler has struck out in this game. Nice way to start the inning for Christian Hall. First out the inning, and they are 2 outs away from moving on.
2 straight strikeouts for Christian Hall as he ended the 5th inning. Coming in to face Aiden Hallett, struck him out. Now at the plate for East Nepean is James Kelly.
James Kelly, in this spot in the lineup, there's been a ground out to the first baseman and a line out to the second baseman.
And quickly, Hall ahead, 0-2.
East Nepean just needs base runners. None of these runners right now down, huge deficit.
3 pitches, 3 strikes. And Ancaster 1 out away from taking the championship title.
Christian Hall is fired up on the mound. What a performance from him after coming into this game. As you said, 2 strikeouts in a row, now 3 strikeouts in a row.
And Cooper Leopard gets a piece of that one. Fouls that back.
Alt not able to find that one. Could have made a play on that one right up against the fence here. That's where the pitcher, infielder, just points up to the ball where it is real quick, but not able to get to it in time and find it.
Strike 2 called, and the East Nepean Eagles down to their final strike as Christian Hall just mowing down these batters. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. And Ancaster wins the Ontario Little League Baseball Championship here at the Eagles' Nest by a score of 14-4.
Wow, absolutely destroying East Nepean in this game, putting a stamp on it. Again, the Cinderella story for the Ancaster Diamondbacks. What a phenomenal season they've had. And they're moving on to the National Major Little League Championships in Calgary. Get ready, Team Ancaster. This is going to be a fun ride for you.
How about Christian Hall coming in to face the final 4 batters? Here's the final pitch as he just threw strike after strike and fires this one by Cooper Leopard. And you can see the players celebrating this huge victory and another championship for the city of Hamilton.
Our friends at Rogers can cover a little of it for us.
As the players and coaches now shake hands as we show you the final score. The Ancaster Diamondbacks, the champions, with a 14-4 victory over the East Nepean Eagles, and that huge 6th inning really put the final nail in the coffin for the East Nepean Eagles.
Yeah, and there were errors on both sides and mental miscues and the plays that should have been made here and there. You see the 6 errors for the East Nepean Eagles, not something you want to see. But as you said, all those runs they scored in that last inning, the Diamondbacks hit the ball so well today. 14 hits they had, 14 runs. The biggest hit of the day, Broxton Adams, 3-run home run in the first inning. They didn't score in the third, and then it took a little while, but they were able to score 2 runs in the 4th inning. Didn't score again in the 5th, but what a 6th inning for them, just to put the exclamation mark on it. 14-4 the final.
And how about the final numbers for Ancaster, scoring 63 runs in 7 games, an average of 9 runs a game. They allowed 35 in those 7 games, so an average of 5 runs. So just a fantastic tournament for the Ancaster Diamondbacks, really the only team coming from quite a distance. 5 pretty well local teams in this tournament. And you know, you have to wonder after that 10-0 defeat to Ottawa West in the second game in the round robin where their heads were at. They beat Perth by 10 in that first game, lost the second game by 10, and you have to start wondering what's going to happen here. But they put it together, came back, won 3 straight, and then won the semifinal over Cornwall 7-5, and then put the final stamp on this tournament victory with a huge 14-4 victory over the host East Nepean Eagles. And you've got to give props to the East Nepean Eagles. You know, after losing in the district final to Ottawa West, same thing. You have to wonder where your team's at. But they came here, they competed hard, and made the final.
Yeah, and again, they could have finished the way the round robin went. They could have finished in 2nd place, ended up finishing in 4th place, had to face Ottawa West, who was absolutely dominant through this tournament. Amazing pitching, great leadership from that club, but they were able to pull through and beat them after Sam Kennedy being pulled early in that game after only 20 pitches. Elliot Titus came in and gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, and they pulled through with the win. East Nepean 8-4 in the semifinals to come face Ancaster. But wow, Ancaster, what a team. And they said before this one, there's no real player on this team that you know, was above anyone else. It's a real team effort, and we saw it today with you know, a player like Evan Armstrong getting on with his bunt singles. Wesley Boyd scoring a couple runs today. Broxton Adams with the big home run. I mean, you go through this lineup, the pitching performance by Keegan Green, the pitching performance by Christian Hall, who came in late in the game and had 4 strikeouts in a row to end this game for his team. Just a phenomenal all-team effort.
Yeah, tremendous effort. I mean, they were great all tournament long. And you can see the players still celebrating out there, but they've got some work still to be done as they will head to Calgary and face the best major age players in the country and see if they can take home the title in Calgary and represent Canada in Williamsport. And what an event that is down in Williamsport. And they've got the Major League Baseball game that they host there now as well. And We are lining up now for the trophy presentation, and we'll stay with it until that happens. Both teams lining up on their respective baselines
for Nicole for a minute,
right now.
But, I had a couple of things to say. So the good news, Ancaster.
So we'll go to Jim Dean now on the microphone.
The bad news is you got to go to Calgary.
That's the good news.
That's the fun news, yes, going to Calgary.
Tickets are being processed right now.
So they have, we mentioned this before, 3 days off, and then they're going to be going
plenty of people
to Toronto to get on the plane.
This whole tournament, the host committee.
So Jim Dean is now wrapping things up, giving thanks to the host committee and everybody else involved in this tournament.
The first person I'm going to introduce here is Nicole.
Jim Dean, the official scorer for this game today. He did color commentary for me. I did play-by-play a number of years ago for some Little League games, which was a lot of fun. He loves his baseball in Ottawa, and he's been involved in this with Little League for a long time.
Now the tournament chair, Nicole Amadio,
Ancaster, congratulations, everybody.
Having a chat with everybody here in attendance.
Now, Ancaster, you have been great this entire tournament. We've got to know your families, your coaches, your players. I hope you have enjoyed our tournament. I believe we put on a pretty great tournament, although we couldn't deliver on the 120 flavors of ice cream. We'll try next time. East Nepean Eagles, you've played a great tournament. You should be very proud of what you've done, and you should be very proud of the team that you've also played against today. You've done fantastic. Everybody, a big round of applause for your host, East Nepean Eagles. So a big thank you to all of the volunteers. We've had so many people working on this for, 2020, 2021, and also this year. In the last month, we've definitely ramped up the volunteers. So you've had an amazing field crew. We've had Bill Beelan, Graham Ahern leading those field crew. So thank you so much to them. You've had an amazing barbecue crew, and we've had Jim Dean and Heather Wilson and all the other volunteers. We've had our scoreboard. I just really want to say thank you. It's not easy to run a big tournament like this. So I'm so happy to have had all the support from everybody. So thank you so much, and Ancaster, all the best. We'll be cheering you on in Calgary.
Thank you, Nicole. I forgot to mention, for me, being your district administrator, tournament play started on June 27th. So it's been a month and 2 days that I've been at all kinds of different districts, provincials, and Canadians. It's been a busy month and 2 days for me, and I had a lot of help. Two guys I didn't mention yet stepped in for me here at the start of the tournament. You probably remember the district administrator from the east side of Ottawa, Bill Magnus, did the first few days. And then my predecessor as the DA here, Glenn Bradley, did the next couple of days before I could come in and just scoop up the fun of doing the playoffs. So I really want to thank those guys too very much. Add those to the thank you list. What I have now for the winning team is I have the Little League Canada divisional pins. So I'll hand those out, just go quickly down the line. Then I'll come back. I'll ask the coaches to come up and we'll hand the championship trophy to them. And then we'll get the team together, we'll present the banner, and we'll take some photos. And once the banner has been presented, that's when parents can come on the field and take some pictures too. Okay? So we'll just quickly do this as quick as we can. Thanks.
So now just going to hand out some pins to the players before they do the trophy presentation. So we'll stay with you through all of this. Pins and the championship hats to the Diamondbacks before they get the championship banner and the trophy presented to them. Some great efforts from, I keep wanting to say Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
But Ancaster.
Probably a great just a great logo to pick if you're Ancaster with the Diamondbacks. That A already there for Arizona.
You know, we go through the lineup, and Evan Armstrong was an unbelievable leadoff guy for them today, and then they had, you know, he's number one in the batting order, but you go down to
spark plug, right?
number 9, and Keegan Green started on the mound, but he also had a good effect on Ancaster with the bat in hand as well, and scored 3 runs.
Yeah, Jacob Alt, the only player in this team that didn't score a run, but he had the single to the pitcher that hit the pitcher.